And they're off.
Hello and happy weekend. Thank you for joining us for PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. I am your host, Britt Purdy, joined by my racing expert, Heather Vitale. Heather, it's week 6 of the show, only week 2 here at Harrah's, Philadelphia. Last week, we finally got to come to Harrah's. It was incredibly windy. I had that ridiculous ponytail. It feels like things are continuing to fall into place. We have this gorgeous sunny day for the show.
Yeah, it's so funny. We would start talking about hair right at the top of the half hour.
Absolutely.
But yes, you know, in celebration of a 4th of July weekend, I have to say we have definitely got action-packed fireworks on the racetrack for the next half an hour, including we're going to tell you about our contest winners later on.
Good stuff. Let's take a look at everything we'll see over the next half hour. This week on PA Harness Week, we'll discuss the economic impact of horse racing here in the Commonwealth, plus a triple dead heat for the ages in our Blast from the Past segment. And we'll talk with trainer Steve Elliott about pedicures in the paddock. We've got a look at horse foot care. And of course, some new exciting races from Harrah's, Philadelphia, and the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. All of that ahead on racing's fastest paced half hour.
We know that racing has started back. Now, you might want to know, when's the days? When's the post times? Okay, great question. So we're going to start with the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono first. So live racing is Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. The post time is at 12:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, the post time's at 5 p.m. Now let's take it to Harrah's, Philadelphia with the live racing schedule. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, post time is 12:25 p.m. and the Sunday post time is 12:40 p.m.
Although Heather and I are allowed here at Harrah's to film the show, there are no fans allowed at the racetrack, but that doesn't mean you can't bet. So if you're itching to ante up, you can do it online. If you'd like to place a bet on a race from here at Harrah's, Philadelphia, you can go to pabets.tvg.com. Again, that's pabets.tvg.com. If you'd like to bet at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, you can head to ibetmohegan.com.
As you're wagering from home, one of the drivers you'll see a lot of is Scott Ziron. Now, Scott has so many accolades on his resume, it's quite mind-boggling that he is only 31 years old. We got a chance to talk with Scott about his incredible career so far and his very bright future. Scott, you grew up with a great teacher, your dad, Rick Ziron, a talented horseman. So tell me about some of the things that he taught you about the business.
Well, he started as being a horseman, right? You know, looking after horses, always training, driving, owning. And I wasn't a fan of the training side of the 6 a.m.s in the morning, but the driving, I love the adrenaline. I love sitting behind the horse, behind the gate, going fast. And what I learned from him was just being patient, right? You know, you want to go out there and win, go to the front every time and just get overexcited or feel like you have a lot of horse at the half, but you got to preserve. So that was his thing. He was always drove like a trainer, right? Where you got to look after your horse and make sure that they can have like 30 really good starts all year kind of thing. So that's the biggest thing he taught me.
You won the Little Brown Jug, the Hambletonian, I know a couple times, a North America Cup. I mean, like all of these incredible races. What is your end all? Like you're in the winner's circle and you're like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
It's funny because, like, you know, I think everybody that at least drives in this game, it's generational. It's really hard out of business to get in and be at that level. But so I think everyone's dream really is to do well for their family, and having to win the Hambletonian with Atlanta, it was such a high and low in that same day, right, of overdriving her in the elimination and using her too much, feeling like even though I'm in the final, I've lost the final before I'm even in it. So it was a real low, and then, you know, to obviously come out on top was a huge high and amazing for my dad.
Yeah, I remember that day. It was incredible. And I know the North America Cup was another big win for you, right? That was something you dreamt about since you were like a little tyke.
That was the only race I've ever wanted to win, was the NA Cup, right? It was always $1.5 million before, and it was my hometown race. It was like, it's still to this date to me the most gorgeous trophy out there. So that was my most favorite.
Thanks so much for that interview, Scott. It is time now to take our first break, but when we come back, we'll talk about the thousands of people who rely on harness racing to make a living here in the Keystone State. We'll discuss racing's economic impact on the Commonwealth, plus some down-to-the-wire races from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. That's all next.
Yogovich swings to the inside, full of trot.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
In the world of standardbred racing, only one name is synonymous with this kind of success, this kind of history, this kind of greatness, this kind of legacy, and this kind of unparalleled promise for tomorrow. Proud of our past, excited about our future. You know the name, that one name. Hanover, the greatest name in harness racing.
Welcome back to Harrah's Philadelphia. You are watching PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. And as things have begun to open up in the racing world post-COVID, there are so many people who are just really excited to be back at work.
Yeah, and so many people that are excited about watching racing in general. And when you're watching that horse out on the track, you're just cheering them on. You're not thinking about the farmer who grows the hay to feed the horse, the auto dealer who sells the truck and trailer to get the horse to the track. It's really quite amazing. We're going to learn more about how important harness racing is to the economy.
The Pennsylvania horse racing industry has a tremendous economic impact in the Commonwealth. Yes, thousands of people are employed at the state's 6 thoroughbred and standardbred racetracks. Trainers, grooms, jockeys, drivers, betting tellers, blacksmiths, veterinarians, and many others are employed at Pennsylvania's racetracks. But the economic impact of Pennsylvania's thoroughbred and standardbred horse racing and breeding industry is much, much broader. The state's racing industry has created manufacturing jobs as well. One Pennsylvania company, Farmco, specializes in manufacturing horse feeders. Michael Beeler manages the family-owned company Farmco in Ronks, Pennsylvania. The manufacturer currently employs 14 full-time individuals, all from the local community.
Over the past 10 years, we've increased our market share in the equine industry to about 25% of our total sales. We are constantly looking at expanding, and we discussed how are we going to be able to create more sales and more models, more feeders, and more product. The equine industry is a very important part for our growth and success both now and in the future.
Farmco currently distributes its products through a mix of 3 distributors, 150 vendors, and direct sales. The business that Farmco receives from the equine industry benefits other small companies in Pennsylvania as well.
So as a manufacturer, we get to choose where we buy our raw materials, and we choose to buy it locally. We see that having a big impact in impacting the local community around us.
Transporting thoroughbred and standardbred horses between breeding farms, stables, and racetracks have created demand for another manufacturing industry in Pennsylvania.
We supply trailers to breeders, horse farmers. We sell to individuals who are commercially hauling.
EB Trailers opened its business in Pennsylvania in 1938 as a manufacturer of horse trailers. Thanks to its substantial growth, the company opened a second manufacturing facility in Pennsylvania and now employs hundreds of Pennsylvanians.
Having a healthy racing environment here in Pennsylvania certainly brings more business to us, and along with that, it also affects the breeders and the commercial haulers who are hauling into these locations. So yes, it has a significant impact on us.
Like Farmco, EB Trailers also uses local Pennsylvania-based suppliers. The state's equine industry also has an economic impact on the hospitality industry in Pennsylvania. For example, Pennsylvania has gained a reputation as the top location for standardbred breeding. That reputation is why the standardbred horse sale, held at the Pennsylvania Farm Show complex, has become the largest standardbred auction in the world.
This is huge for Pennsylvania and for standardbreds, and I tell everyone, including our state legislatures, that this is one of the best kept secrets. This is a sale that people come to from all over the world and bring money to Pennsylvania, buy Pennsylvania bred horses. It's awesome.
We get an international crowd here. You know, there's people here from Sweden, there's people here from France. We've even had people from Russia here before. So this is an international event, and what it means to the economy of Pennsylvania is huge. Some people don't realize that the horse industry is one of the largest agricultural industries in Pennsylvania.
In addition to buying Pennsylvania-bred horses, the global buyers who travel to Pennsylvania for the standardbred horse sale deliver a $3.4 million economic impact for the Harrisburg region's hospitality industry.
Hotel people tell us that this is one of the biggest weeks of their year, with people coming from Scandinavia, all over the world, and staying here, keeping the bars open till late, and it's a big economic boon to the state.
According to economic studies, Pennsylvania horse racing and breeding delivers a $4 billion economic impact and employs more than 20,000 people in the state.
No matter what jurisdiction you go to, it's going to mean jobs. It's going to mean employment for people.
But the economic impact and job creation is likely far greater. The equine industry supports hundreds of farms throughout the state that supply hay, feed, and straw. Pennsylvania's racing and breeding industry has also spurred growth for manufacturing and construction companies like Farmco, EV Trailers, King's Construction, and many others. So the next time you visit a racetrack, keep in mind that the racing industry is a major driver of the state's economy, with thousands of Pennsylvanians who rely on the continued success of horse racing for their livelihood.
Our race of the week from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono is a feature trot from Saturday, June 27th. This one was race number 10 with a purse of 20 grand. It's number 3, Obrigado, is the favorite and the richest with 1.8 million earned. Number 2, Rich and Miserable, is second choice and looking to do big things after a killer 2019 season.
Obrigado up by a length. Max staying right with him in the pocket. Rich and Miserable is saving ground as well. No outer flow just yet here in this one. Explosive Breakaway is fourth. He is 4 1/4 back. Then a gap of 2 to She's on a Cruise. Out to the outside, Sirocco Rob starts to move up the trailer. Pappy Go-Go. No change up front. Obrigado on top now. Rich and Miserable from third, making a move for Buter. 3/4, 123 and 3. 28 1/3 panel. The lead belongs to Obrigado, but Rich and Miserable is coming up strong. Off stride on the outside, Explosive Breakaway, so he's out of it. Max is 2 back inside third. Late kick also from Sirocco Rob. Top of the stretch, Rich and Miserable taking on Obrigado. These two toe-to-toe, and Rich and Miserable takes a slight lead. Obrigado starts to cede the lead to Rich and Miserable. Big pop first over from Tyler Buter.
A quick thanks to announcer Jim Bavilier for that call, and it is Rich and Miserable who comes first up past the 3/4 pole and ends up winning in a 152 and 4 with Tyler Buter in the bike for his dad, Todd Buter. Now, finishing second is Obrigado. He's a 10-year-old and so classy, and I'm telling you, if you don't love Obrigado, you don't love harness racing, okay? Sorry, not sorry, but Obrigado is the epitome of a great standardbred. Now, getting back to the results, taking home third was Max.
Awesome, and we're going to stay in the Poconos for another race. This time we're going to take a look at a mare's feature race. This one from Sunday, June 28th. Also, race number 10. This one with a purse of $14,000. It's number 5, Baron Remy, is the 4 to 5 better's choice, coming off a fast win in a qualifier. Number 6, Vorst, also had an impressive qualifying win recently, and he's one to watch with George Knapp.
Up front, it's Corabella with the lead on the outside edge of Eternity, trying to come on for Jason Lynch, but Vorst still holding on for second. And McCarthy going to make a 3-wide move here with Baron Remy. She's 3 off the pace, but gathering momentum quickly. Inside Attention Hanover, sliding up the pylons. Up on the outside, 6, Norman's Madeline, then Santa Cruz away back to War Crimes. 3/4, 122 and 3, 28 even. Third panel, the lead dwindling now for Corabella as on the outside, Baron Remy comes up strong. A length and a half back in the pocket. Third is Vorst further back to attention Hanover fourth. Top of the stretch, and now Corabella put to the test by Baron Remy. Comes up on her flank and takes the lead away. Vorst on the inside trying to chase. Also late kick now, attention Hanover closing well. It's Baron Remy with the lead. Attention Hanover won't get there.
Baron Remy was second over and then makes a successful 3-wide bid to win in 151-2. Andrew McCarthy is in the driver's seat for Ron Burke, who is the leading trainer in the universe, assuming that there's no harness racing on Jupiter or Mars, okay? Finishing second was Vorst, and the show money went to Attention Hanover.
Well, it is time now to take our second break, but when we come back, we'll have fireworks from the racetrack right here at Harrah's, Philadelphia, and trainer Steve Elliott discusses the importance of taking care of horses from their heads to their hooves. So don't touch that remote, because we'll be right back.
You could have a Lamborghini if it's got no wheels, it's going nowhere.
History. It's written by winners. At Diamond Creek Farm, we're breeding champions and rewriting the history books. Diamond Creek Farm, a cut above.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. For those of you just tuning in, I am your host, Britt Purdy, joined by Heather Vitale. You joined us at a good time. It's time now to head to the racetrack for racing from Harrah's, Philadelphia. Our race of the week from Harrah's, Philadelphia is from this past Sunday, June 28th. It's race number 8, and this one features a group of conditioned pacers. They're squaring off for a purse of $13,600. It's number 3, A Flame Hanover. He's the favorite, coming off a very successful 2019 campaign. Number 1, Blood Money. He's the second choice, looking to rebound after being the beaten favorite his last time out.
It's Blood Money by a length. A Flame Hanover is second. The first step gains uncovered third. Seafarer is fourth. Up on the outside, moving second over fifth as they make their way towards that 3/4 mile station comes Wally and Free. Adriano Hanover shuffled back sixth. On the outside, trying to come on is Captain McKee. I get that is shuffled towards the back. 3/4 on the board. 123 and 2. A 27 and 2 third for Blood Money. Outside the first steps, trying to grind away second. A Flame Hanover in the pocket, still third. Awaiting the open stretch. In fourth position along the inside, Seafarer. They straighten away for the stretch drive. Blood Money by 1. A Flame Hanover's out for the drive now. Blood Money outside. A Flame Hanover's trying to come and call. Blood Money. A Flame Hanover on the outside. A Flame Hanover down to the finish. A Flame Hanover.
Mike Bozich is on the mic for that one. A Flame Hanover with a driver, David Miller. They get a perfect pocket trip. They come home in 26 and 4. They score in 150 and 3. Now, A Flame Hanover was a $6,500 yearling purchase. Okay, so he's 4 years old, and he's made $340,000 already, and of course, counting. All right, so now this is where the Shadle stuff comes in. Linda Shadle is the trainer of A Flame Hanover. She owns A Flame Hanover with her husband, Tony Shadle. Tony Shadle's dad is Bruce Shadle, who we saw earlier in the show. So I'm not sure if you got that whole Brady Bunch thing going on there, but if you didn't, that's why we have YouTube, and you can re-watch the show, right? Second was Blood Money. Seafarrier took third.
It's funny because they're all under an umbrella giving us lots of Shadle, and we'll forget about it sometimes.
No, I love it. I love it.
We'll get back to the fireworks on the track at Harrah's, Philadelphia. This one, another one from Sunday, June 28th. This one is race 9. It's a feature pace on Sunday. The purse is $14,400. This time we're looking at number 3, Delta Winner. That's the bettor's choice, taking a step down in class. And number 5, our Max Factor, just missed winning by a neck his last time out.
less than 3/8 to go. I'm a rock and roll legend. Our Max Factor now up the challenge. Right behind that one, third. Love Me Some Lou. Flank back Delta winner, fourth. Trying to get up the inside, fifth. Rockapellos, they round the turn. But Our Max Factor takes the lead now. 3/4, 1:21 and 3. Outside, Love Me Some Lou moves up. I'm a rock and roll legend. Still being driven along third. Outside, Delta winner with cover, fourth. Rockapellos saves ground, fifth. And coming on from the back is Texas Terror. They straighten away for the stretch drive. It's Our Max Factor. Love Me Some Lou second. 3 wide Delta winner. I'm a rock and roll legend retreats. Mid-stretch, Our Max Factor. Love Me Some Lou, Delta winner. Winding up on the far outside. Our Max Factor, Delta winner. Down to the finish. Our Max Factor holds.
Our Max Factor sat second till the backside, and then George Napolitano pulls the right line. He ends up winning and notches a 1:15.1 victory for trainer Andrew Harris at Harrah's. I'm not quite as witty as you, but I'm trying. I am trying. Taking home the money for second was Delta winner. Third was Love Me Some Lou.
There's a saying, and it goes, no hoof, no horse. Now, during coronavirus closures, I couldn't get a pedicure, and I was very unhappy. So for me, this makes a lot of sense. The importance of keeping your horse's feet healthy can't be stressed enough. In this educational feature from the United States Trotting Association, it's 2-time Trainer of the Year Steve Elliott who gives us some insight.
I'm real picky about feet because you can have a Lamborghini if it's got no wheels, it's going nowhere. He's picking out the foot. While he's doing it, he's observing the shoe and checking it, make sure everything's good. Nothing's loose. When you pick it up, you just want to pick any debris out of their foot so it don't end up on the racetrack. And while you're doing that, you're checking the shoe, make sure it's not sprung. You're checking the foot, make sure it's not got nothing wrong, or make sure they haven't lost the shoe in the stall. He picked out the foot. Now he's going to spread the Forstner's hoof packing in there. I don't put it up on the frog. We just put it on the sole. Try not to put nothing on the frog. And then when he gets done with that, he'll grease the hairline. But when you're greasing the quarterback band, that's the horse's shock absorber. That absorbs all the concussion. We grease them every other day. And you mainly want to get up the grease half on the hairline, half on the sole. A lot of times while you got your foot up, you're looking under the horse, you're looking at his legs, you're looking underneath the horse, you're looking at his hocks. You're observing the different things. And then when he gets done with that, he'll put a heel cream in the heels, take care of any cracks or dry spots in the heel. He's just putting a heel salve in there to just kind of moisten the heel, keep the skin from cracking or breaking. After they jog, they come in, they dry out. We rub them with alcohol just so you're feeling if they got any problems. Most grooms, as they're doing this too, that like rubbing their hands down their legs, they're feeling for heat or any bumps or anything that might be there. And if there's heat, there's a sign of a potential problem.
Well, it may be a holiday weekend, but Heather is still going to make you think a little bit. It is time now for trivia.
So we just met Steve Elliott in that feature. Here's the question. Steve Elliott was voted the United States Trainer of the Year twice. His most recent time was 2007. So I want to know, what was the first year Steve Elliott was voted the United States Trainer of the Year? And I'm going to give you a hint. It was the year that Rain Man came out in theaters. And if you wanted to go see Rain Man, it would cost you a mere $3.50 for that movie ticket. So maybe that helps.
Well, it is time now to take a quick break, but Heather's answer when we come back. Plus, we head back to the track for a triple dead heat you won't want to miss. So don't touch that remote. We'll be right back.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. Right before our final break, we met Steve Elliott, and then Heather's trivia question had to do with him.
Yes, it did. So Steve Elliott was voted the United States Trainer of the Year twice. I told you 2007 was one time. I wanted to know when was the first year. The answer is 1988. That was the year that Rain Man came out. And, you know, I love trivia, and I also love a great contest. And we had one recently on social media, and it really made our fans use their imagination, didn't it?
It did a little bit. And I asked people last week to be kind toward me in this contest. So it was a Mad Lib style contest. If you remember this, I'm a 90s kid. I definitely remember this. Our Mad Lib paragraph went a little bit like this. While on their farm tour of PA, waiting for harness racing to open up, Heather and Britt encountered blank number 1. Britt thought it was very odd to see this at a farm, but Heather told her you see blank more than you could ever imagine in PA. It's a state filled with many talented horsemen.
So now I'm going to tell you who our contest winners are. Bill Ellis, Dolly Powell, Susan Marshall, Rich Simmons, and Steve Bice, who actually gave one of my favorite answers because one of the blanks was unicorns. And like, oh yeah.
It is time now for our blast from the past, and this one might also make you say OMG. We'll compromise and call this one our old school OMG moment.
Deal. I'll go with that.
This one is from a snowy January 7th back in 2018, and it took place at the Hawthorne Racetrack in Illinois near Chicago. It's an open trot. We don't want to give away what happened, but the result is definitely super rare.
Skyway J-Lo still battling gamely. Loose credit report has no place to go. Driven's getting into it late. Keep the Cash gets the lead. Driven's closing on the outside towards the inside. Picky Valor. Skyway J-Lo between horses. Multiple horses at the wire.
The 6, Picky Valor. The 7, Keep the Cash. And the 9, Skyway J-Lo all hit the wire at the same time for a triple dead heat. The fastest trotting triple dead heat in harness racing history with a 2:01 time. Now they all come together at the wire. They all come together in this memorable winner circle, and another memorable picture. You got to check this out by photographer Ryan Thompson. On the snowy evening, he captures an incredible angle of this triple dead heat. And in case you're wondering, how many triple dead heats have there been in harness racing history? That was number 27 and the most recent one, which makes it extremely rare when you think about all of the years of harness racing, all of the tracks, all of the days of racing. That is absolutely incredible. Only 27 in history.
It's time now to take a look at what is trending, and Heather and I took a gorgeous tour of Diamond Creek Farm. Who doesn't love diamonds? So we thought we'd share a little something else from Diamond Creek Farm today.
Yeah, when we were there, we never really got a chance to meet Adam Bowden. So when I ended up like seeing this picture, here's Adam running in the field with the stallion and the incredibly rich Captain Crunch. It looks like they're actually having a race. Now, I know that Captain Crunch is very fast, but Adam is in super great shape. So like my money's on Adam. And I'm telling you, the next time we go to Diamond Creek, I am making a Brit run in the field against like Sweet Lou because she was an athlete in college, and I'm gonna be taking wagers on that.
So my checklist for next week: overalls, running shoes, anything else that I should gear up with before we come back?
Oh, I will think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna start my list now.
Well, while we're making our list from next week, while you're waiting for next week, make sure you hit us up on social media. You can find all things PA Harness Week on Twitter at PA Harness Week and on Facebook at Harness Week. And of course, you can watch this episode as well as all of our previous content on our YouTube channel. Have a fabulous week, and be sure to join us back here for another great episode of racing's fastest paced half hour.